What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Team Solemn Circus live duel. Today on the left side here, we have Labyrinth, one of the trap decks of the format. On the right side here, we have Danger Darkworld, a deck that a lot of players are actually not picking up anymore because we're seeing a lot of decks play the Duel and Lockbird in the main deck, which is going to definitely stop the deck here. But seeing, game one here, we're going to see Labyrinth going to go first, which they do enjoy doing. We are going to be seeing them activate the Prosperity here, banishing 6. And let me know in the comment section below what deck you think is going to be able to win this one here. We're going to see a Punishment, Sphere Mode, a Duality, 2 Dualities, and then a Terror, and I believe that was a Welcome Labyrinth. And we see them pick the Welcome Labyrinth there. Going to be setting 1, 2, 3, 4, and keeping the evenly matched in hand. We see that evenly matched. No point of setting the 5th one, especially when you're not going to be using it. They're going to pass here. We're going to see a Mothman being activated here. One of the first as many. I'm going to see the Genta being discarded there. Something with the Mothman. Interesting that we didn't use the Genta first to search for the gates there. They're going to explain the effect of the Genta in Graveyard. We're going to activate a Nessie there in that gold rare. I know I recently upgraded to secret rares, and I'm quite glad about that. We're going to see them hit the Tactics, and then we're going to summon out the Nessie there. And then Nessie effect's going to activate. Well, it's all one effect, but we're going to get the draw. You're going to see a Genta activate again, which is maybe why we didn't activate the effect. Going for that Gate, which we have finally upgraded into the Ultra Rare. It looks very nice. I also got Secret Snows and the second Secret Silva. So I'm quite glad about that. I'm going to be trying to show off some of my higher rarities. I'm not going for alties. I don't feel like they look that nice, to be honest. Sadly, because I do like the Darkworld deck. We're going to see the Welcome Labyrinth being activated here. Summoning out that lovely. And that lovely CR rarity, by the way. We're going to activate the effect of the Gates, banishing the Genta, and then being able to discard, potentially discarding a Grapho. We're see discarding a Silva there, so getting that extra body. And then we're going to see Silva as well as the Genta summon itself out. 2 more bodies onto the board, which is huge. I feel like there's no way I was going to say, there's no way. I saw us overlook the Dugaris. I mean, you have to go for Dugaris here. We're going to see them activate Dogmatica Punishment on this. Going to be sending an Entis. So Entis will be able to pop one of our Nessies or Silvas here. Going for that Silva, trying to make sure we have no Dark Worlds in Graveyard. Activate another Danger. We're going to be hitting the Allure of Darkness here. Interesting choice. Oh, that's Lovely's effect. Can we just... Okay, wow. Here we're going to activate the second Triple Tactics Talents, and we're now down to 1. I know that from the deck personally. To draw 2 more cards here. We're going to activate a second Allure. We're going to draw 2. We did discard the first one there, and we're going to banish. We have to banish as well. Don't forget about that. See them banishing a Ceruli. We're not doing too great here. We're going to activate a Mothman. Hitting the Silva there. Something that the Mothman being able to draw a card. It is not once per turn. The graveyard effects are all once per turn. And then Silva effect's going to summon itself out. It's crazy how this deck can just recur so much. Just being able to snowball into these huge boards. We don't have any Grapho or Rainbows in the graveyard, though, which is kind of unfortunate. It definitely is what you need for the deck to start rolling. Be able to get those bounce backs to the hands and just stuff like that, not being able to really care. You see them link off into a Phoenix here. Activate the effect, discarding the Kaiju for targeting the back row. And they're going to flip up the D-Barrier, calling Fusion, not letting them have any access to the Ascension there. I don't think we have it as anyways, but just in case. here we're looking at our extra deck. I don't think there's anything we really can do to get over that. Like, there's no great plays to make here. Trying to think of, like, what are the options. The Kashi Magician can activate, I guess. But, like, you have one card left in hand. What are you really going to do? We're see the big Welcome Labyrinth being activated here. Summoning out a lady. Or an Ariana here, actually. Then being able to bounce back the Ariana. Oh, no, going for that lady there. And then lady with effect will be able to activate the bounce back in hand and activate it once again to summon itself out in the defense position. Which is like so free. And then we're going to see a draw one. They're going to turn the lady in attack position here, which is not going to be great for us. I don't think we have anything here. And yeah, we're just going to scoop it up, realizing that they have the game. You know, even if they don't have any like actual good traps, they're able to like attack for a lot of life points there, and then we're still have to get out through those two boards. And if they activate any trap, they can reset a trap and send one of the cards from our hand, which is absolutely bonkers. Well, kinda. You know, sending a card from our hand is not actually the greatest, especially when we are playing Darkworld. It will allow us to have that a second effect, which are normally pretty crazy. That's why we see Cerulli. You know, it's crazy. We haven't seen Cerulli in the decks for such a long time, and then with the inclusion of the new fusion monster, like Cerulli becomes great because you can like, make your opponent discard Cerulli. I guess you can make yourself discard Cerulli, and then you activate the effect. But I feel like all this time Cerulli was just probably the play in the first place, and we just didn't even know about it. But, you know, moving on to game 2 here, we're going to be able to see Darkworld going to get to choose to go first, and which is very good for the deck. You don't want to let trap decks, but what else can they play? I mean, they can see their Twin Twisters, and they go through their decks so much. We could potentially see like an Epidemic. Just activating it, calling trap cards is just so deadly as well. And like, you know, you go through, I think it's like, we did a counter at one of the videos. It was like 14 cards going in their deck. So just being able to like deck thin and seeing all those side cards. You can only side in like one of them and being able to see it without hurting the consistency as well. And then obviously, you know, Cerulli and Silva shuffling back the decks or the hands. It's obviously very good against trap. You know, it's the best way to kind of stop them from having any stuff here. We're going to see the Darkworld player choose to go first here. I'm going to start off with an Allure of Darkness, going through 2 cards here. We're going to banish that Silva. Okay. That's very good for a Labyrinth player here. You see the Branded of High Spirits activate, revealing the Genta as well as the Quertus. Shout out to Despia, my boys. Had to include them in the deck somehow here. They're going to chain Ash Blossom to this, which I guess makes sense. You know, it makes sure that we don't discard the card. And search for the Albion, which will get us another draw as well. You know, being able to stop those to get like the deck thins is pretty good. We're going to activate the Triple Tax Talent to draw 2. And we see more spells. Not the greatest, but we are going to be able to activate the effect of the Gates here. I'm going to activate Card Destruction, getting rid of Ascension, Genta, and the Archives. Drawing 3 cards here are going to be 3 monsters. We give our opponent 4 cards. We're going to activate the effect of the Gates, banishing the Genta, and discarding the Rainbow, which we do see this time. Then we're going to be able to draw 1. Again, it's going to summon itself out, as well as Rainbow's being able to search here, searching for the Garapha. And be able to discard as well off of that. But we're going to discard off the Gates here. We're going to activate the Ascensions here. It's going to activate. And we're going to dump the Cerulli. Interesting choice there. So it's going to summon itself out underneath the Link Monster Zone so it can bounce back with the Akashi or the Security Dragon. And it looks like we're going to discard the Snow there, which will allow us to summon out the Ash from our opponent's graveyard. Kind of a weird thing to do, but it's going to be an extra body, most likely for the Saryuja. Saryuja, whatever you want to call it. Saryuja, the Skull Dread. And we're going to be able to search here. Most likely going for like a Silva, or potentially going for like, we already went through Ascensions and the Archives. Maybe going for a charge, or no, going for just for that Silva there. So we're going to see them try to bounce back that Ceruli and be able to discard it 2 more times, which is going to be very difficult, I think. We're going to see a second Agenta being activated there, searching for a second Gates. We're going to see Gates over Gates. And then we can activate the effect, banishing the Snow, and then it's going to be able to discard. And what do we discard here? Potentially discarding the, I guess the Graph of the Silva, summoning itself out. We're going to see them discard the Silva there. It's going to summon itself out, as well as we get that Gates draw. I don't know if we actually drew off of it. We're going to bounce back the Genta there for that Rainbow. Is there a world where we link away Ash Blossom and Genta, or not Genta, Ash Blossom and Rainbow for a Akashi Magician and then be able to do it all over again? We're going to see the Genta going for the third Gates here. It'd be pretty crazy if you could like actually manage to like shuffle the Gates back. Gates over Gates again. I feel like you just link, yeah, you definitely just link away and then activate the Genta effect, summon itself out, and then make them draw, or banish 2 of their cards. Akashi Magician can use as link material, so you don't really care. I guess Mothman's fine as well. Hitting that Mothman, so we will be both able to draw 1 and then discard. We're going to see them discard a D barrier, and we are going to choose a discard. As long as we don't discard the Grapha, we're fine. If we just hand loop them twice, they're pretty much done, right? I can't see like what 1 trap card or 1 spell card will really do against Darkworld. We're going to see them discarding the Grapha, activate the effect, popping the Ceruli. There's no way you can get back that Ceruli, right? See them hit the Ascension, summoning out the second Mothman here, being on the draw. And then we're going to be activating the effect of Chupacabra. It's going to hit the Chupacabra because we only have 1 in hand, summoning out the Mothman. Then we go for the Dugaris. I guess we could Muttcracker it back and then bounce if we needed to. We're going to see the effect of Dugaris drawing 2 cards, and then they have to discard 1 as well here, and they don't get a draw phase next turn, but no biggie. We're seeing a second Ceruli being summoned here, and then Ceruli effect is going to activate discarding the Nessie. Nessie effect is going to activate searching here. Wow. Searching for the Jackalope. We definitely like link away here, right? I'm not crazy. We're going to probably activate the effect of the, going to Grapha bounce back the Silva, summoning itself out. And then we're going to activate the Gates, banish the Chupacabra, and then sending the Silva to draw 1, and then Silva to summon itself out. And here we can go for the Saryuja, I feel. Maybe we're trying to draw into like a twin, like even just using a whole, We're going to see them link off into the Saryuja to be able to activate the effect to draw 4 and then put back 3. Trying to go for those Twin Twisters probably in the deck. We're going to see us put back 3 there. And we'll be able to continue more. More is the question. You know, if we activate 2 more effects, summon itself out, we're going to see them link off into the Grapha here. Or not link off, but bounce back to the hand, the Rainbow, then bounce back to the Grapha. We're going to set 2 cards here and activate a Jackalope. We're going to see them snipe the Jackalope as well. Jackalope effect is going to activate, summoning out the Bigfoots into the deck from the deck, which is a level 8, so we could potentially see a Coach King trainer here. Or we could just link away right off into like the Security Dragon. She able to activate the effect, bouncing back. That's Ceruli. And then if we have any other effect that will discard, then we are just going to be living. It looks like that what we are doing is linking away into Security Dragon. Security Dragon is going to bounce back that Cerulea there. We have 3 cards in hand. Do we have anything that affords for a discard? We don't, and we're just going to pass turn on this. That is extremely rough. I feel like that could be played. That could have been played a little bit better. We're going to see them activate the duality here. Going to chain the Darkworld Ascensions. I guess trying to stop. No, there's no way you just don't wait till they set a card and then you activate the effect. So then you just can pop with. Oh, I guess Grapha's not in hand. We're going to see them go for the Ascensions there, going for the Grapha Fusion, which is unfortunately going to banish the Grapha and the Genta, but we'll be able to summon out the Genta there. Trying to go for that extra body. And we're going to see the Saryuja boost. That is one big fusion right now. It's like 38, I believe. They're going to see a set 2. And then here we're thinking. So potentially we have a Twin Twister in the back row there. And we're like, okay, yeah, if we just if they set 2, then we're fine. We do have a Twin Twister here. So we're going to be discarding the Rainbow. Then we're going to be popping those 2 cards, which is going to be a big welcome as well. Rainbow effect's going to activate here, searching for the Grapha. I don't think that's legal. You don't get to search off cost there. That would be way too busted. Unfortunately, so we should not see that Grapha being in the hand. We're going to set 3 more cards there. But it looks like we're just going to pass on that. Shocker, it's a trap deck. Not much to be surprised about. We are looking at the extra deck, seeing what our options are here. We're going to be linking away into the Unicorn here, which will allow us to also draw because it is co-linked. Any normal trap to activate, we can activate the Grapha Fusion there. We're going to be discarding the Grapha off the Phoenix, and then we're going to be hitting that Prosperity there. Good bluff, and then Grapha is going to activate, which it cannot do because the Nightmares do send for cost, I believe. Then we're going to see them activate the Punishment there. We're going to most likely chain the Grapha Fusion. This can be discarding the Silva, and then Silva effect will activate and hand loop. There are no cards in hand. Fun fact, if they only have 1 card in hand, Silva cannot activate. I think that's important to note. A lot of people don't realize that. I'm going to see it bounce back for the Grapha there. And yeah, we're just dealing with 1 back row. We're going to activate the effect of Allure of Darkness here, potentially trying to draw into more of the back row hate. Another Twin Twister would be kind of nice. We're going to see the Gates effect being activated there. Banishing a Genta, discarding the Rainbow, drawing and activating the effect of Genta. And we're going to look in our deck and our graveyard and the field to know that we cannot activate the Rainbow. Is there any other way to get rid of that back row there? We're going to see them link off into the Muttcracker, setting a 1 card. And we do see, I don't know what that 1 card can be there. We're going to see activating effective. Sorry, you just summon out the Bigfoot. Is there a world where you just activate Bigfoot hoping to hit that back row? And then we're going to enter battle phase, attack with the Bigfoot there. We're going to see the humongous Overlord Grapha for 38 hit over. So that's 68 total taken so far. I feel like you just attack with Saryuja. If they summon something out, then you just, we're going to see the attack with Saryuja. And they're going to flip up the Welcome Labyrinth there. We do not see an Ash Blossom, so they will be able to summon out the lady here. But we have the regular Grapha as well. We can attack with the Grapha is going to attack into it, and they're going to be able to protect with, or they're going to be able to bounce back with Big Welcome. Okay. Because it was not activated this turn. That's very fine. But we have Graph on hand now, which is like no big deal. And is there a way for us to discard is the question. We now know that they're on like the top deck, and I guess Lady is a good card to have in hand as well. But looking into the graveyard, there's not much they actually can activate that will be able to do much, as well as like, yeah. So we have the Twin Twister set as well, which is going to be pretty busted. And we have the Graph to discard and summon out if they want to activate a monster effect or a normal trap as well, so, or spell card. So not much they could do there. Going to be moving on to the game 3 here. Darkworld's going to have to be forced to go second, you know, being a trap deck, obviously wanting to be able to set those traps. But will they be able to like draw into like a Lightning Storm or a Twin Twister or something like that to be able to out that board, as well as like what, like that's all you really have. You're like 5 cards. I guess you could play evenly. By that point, like, do you even want to play evenly like into the battle phase? You have such an easy way to OTK, and as well as like, do you even care about what, all those back row? Like, what are they gonna set? Skill drain? You don't care about that. What else could they set? I guess Terror of the Underroot's kind of good. I don't think they're playing triple or TT. I don't think they're playing torrential, but if they were, that'd be busted. What else? We see like Big Welcome, and Welcome is like, all right, someone's a monster on the field, no big deal. Other than that, I don't really feel like there's that much that you're worried about. If you have enough big bodies on the board, you might just be able to put enough pressure with getting so close to time here. I mean, like we are like 6 minutes close to time, where like they're gonna set a card, and if you just start going and going and going, if you end up with like 3 or 4 3,000 bodies on the field, what are they really going to be doing? Like Gates does give the Labyrinth a little boost, as well as a 300 boost for you, but under Saryuja, they're not doing very much. As well as like you get Archive on the field, it's just game over there. But here we're going to be seeing the Labyrinth going to go first, you know, diving into that all-important game 3 and setting only 3 cards here in passing. We're going to see a Lightning Storm being activated, and that's quite unfortunate there. There's no protection. We're going to see a Welcome and a Big Welcome being activated here. Being able to summon that lady as well as Lovely onto the field. And then we're going to bounce back that lady there. And we do see a Terror of the Underroot being destroyed. And then Lovely Effect's going to activate here. Going Ripping. We're going to see them rip Allure, which is a very good card. And then we can activate the Genta, search for the Gates, and let the parties begin. We do have 2 cards in our hand being used out of the 6 already, though. We're going to see the Gates being activated here, just banishing. And then we're going to search for dumping the Snow, which is crazy. Being able to search for whatever piece you need of the deck. Like, we do see a second Gates as well, I believe. We're going to see them searching for that Grapha there. We're going to play a Gates over Gates. And then activate the card destruction, going for the Grapha as well as the Jackalope. Then we're able to activate both of the effects. Grapha is going to be able to pop the Lovely, and Jackalope will be able to summon out the the Mothman from the deck, that level 4 for the overlaying of the Genta for the number 60, possibly later. We're going to see them immediately go for a Dugar's right off the bat, drawing 2 cards, and then being forced to discard 1, discarding the Zephyr Boros there. I don't think you really want to activate that. Just drawing 2 cards here and being able to banish off of the Allure, banishing the Genta. We're going to see a Bigfoot being activated here, going to be hitting the Silva, summoning itself out, as well as summoning that Silva out, another body onto the field here. Then we're going to be able to activate the archives. We're going to be banishing off the gates for that second snow, hitting the snow there, and then we're going to see hitting the rainbow, which is going to be searching for the Grapha. Then we're going to be able to activate the archives here. We're going to be sending a Silva, and then drawing 2 cards, and that Silva is going to be summoning itself out. Then going to activate the effect, bounce back the rainbow, then bounce back the Silva for the Grapha, and we're going to be able to overlay for Giant King Trainer, which we'll be able to burn here, getting close in the time, like 2 minutes in time here. We're going to activate the effect, and we're explaining the effect, sending it, we're just going to be burning for 800 there, activating the effect again. We hit a spell, activate the effect, burning for 16 here pretty much. But we do get 3 draws, which is absolutely bonkers. I think we're just trying to draw into a Twin Twister here. We're going to see the effect again to bounce, bounce, bounce. Summoning out the Grapha there. Then we're going to activate the Zephyr paying 400 life points. Summon itself out by bouncing the gates onto the field. So we're going to get a 4th gate this turn pretty much, is what that card is saying. And unfortunately, we don't get a battle phase because of Coach King Trainer, but when you're this close to time, it's not really important. We're going to be seeing them go for Saryuja there. And that's going to be able to draw 4 here and then put back 3. They're just trying to go for the Twin Twisters. We see them panicking. They have a huge hand here. If you are able to loop the board twice, we're going to see a Lair of Darkness, and they're going to banish one of the Kaijus. Not important at all right now. Activate the Nessie there, and there is a lot. And we're going to chain the Ascension to the Nessie, discarding the Grapha as well as the Ceruli. Okay. Giving them a D20 because we have so many cards in the hand. I think they have 7 cards there. And they're going to hit the Silva, unfortunately for us. Then he's going to be able to draw. But then the Ceruli effect is going to summon itself out to the opponent's side of the field there. And they're going to mandatory Ceruli effect. And it's going to be discarding the Snow, which we'll be able to search for the gates there, and then being able to summon back out their Lovely, which is pretty cool, to be honest. I think it's cool, summoning out your opponent's monster. Linking, looks like debating if they're going to link for the... We have both Silvas on the field already. No, you definitely keep the one underneath the zone. Going for that Muttcracker is kind of weird, though. They're going to be able to bounce the Silva back to hand. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. Going for that Grapha, because I think the Rainbow's already in the hand. But we have burned our opponent, and we are going down to 1 minute until the clock is burning. But if we can just activate the effect of Twin... Or if we can search for a Twin Twister here, we're going to activate the effect of the Muttcracker. Going to be searching for the Genta and then discarding the Ceruli. And then we're going to be seeing them discard, obviously, that Silva. Hand loop them for 2, and they're going to be down to 1 card in hand, as well as, hopefully digging for more or setting up some more interruptions. We're going to be seeing time being called. They're going to give a good handshake, and we're going to see Darkworld take this over the Labrynth player here. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the channel a lot. We are on the road now to 5K, and hopefully we'll see you soon in the next one. Stay safe. Peace.